All eyes on one man, in fantastic form and the top scorer in the league. Can he add to his tally today, live on EA TV? Hello and welcome to the northeast of England. We're here at St James's Park. My name is Derek Ray and I'm joined for commentary by Lee Dixon. And we've got Premier League action coming right up. It's Newcastle United facing Everton.
Excited, Derek. Really looking forward to this game. Come on, bring it on.
Number 5.
Well, here's a question. How do you slow down this Newcastle attack? They are the highest scoring team in the league, Lee.
Yes, Derek, in front of goal, they seem to be faultless. Superb creative element to this team, provides the chances, and they don't waste too many, do they? Clinical.
And number 13, Callum Wilson.
So the starting 11 for Newcastle United. And this is a formation most people in the game are very familiar with nowadays.
Yeah, most coaches are adopting this formation. What it does give you is 2 holding players in front of the back 4 to protect them, but it also gives you 3 supporting players to that central striker.
And here's how Everton line up. It does rather look as though it's going to be a battle of the 4-5-1 formations in this game. Similar setups, Lee.
Well, it looks lovely in the graphic, doesn't it? There's players everywhere. They have got the freedom to roam around the pitch how they see fit. There is some structure to it, but that lone striker up front needs support, not only around him, but from wide areas too. The supply line will come from the wide midfield players and maybe the overlapping full-backs.
And the match begins. Zaldua. Joe Willock. Options in the centre. Oh, he's given the ball away unnecessarily. Well, couldn't quite find his teammate. Excellent use of the ball as they make their way forward. And very deftly cut out. And so it will be a corner. Played over by Fraser here. Well, for Newcastle United, it really was a fine performance and a magnificent result in the last game against Southampton. What are your thoughts on what we might see in this match, Lee?
Well, it was easy enough, wasn't it? Forwards on top, a 4-0 win. No win for me today, I'm going for a draw.
And the challenge halts them in their tracks. News of a goal at the Emirates, Alan McInally.
It's a goal for Leicester City. 7 minutes played, 1-1.
Thanks as ever for the update, Alan. Goalkeeper's ball, the cross delivered too close to him. Alan. Yerry Mina. This looks threatening, and now waiting to pounce. Oh, and this time it's in! Well, the offside flag has been raised. No goal.
Well, it was close, but he just went a little bit too early.
Raul Albiol. And we can bring you news of a goal now in the match at Old Trafford. Here's Alan McInally.
It's a goal for Manchester United. It's been scored by Edison Cavani. A long-range, swerving and dipping effort that left the keeper standing. 14 minutes played, 1-0.
Many thanks, Alan. Willock. Quick thinking to dispossess his opponent. So a throw in here. Modric. Just cutting off the supply. James Rodriguez. Crossing possibilities. King. And after the cross, a tremendous block. So the corner played into the box. Over it comes. Well, as a defender, that will sit you down to the ground. Holgate. Crossing into the middle. Well, no danger now. King. James Rodriguez. And now Alan. Well, options at the back post here. And he's clear as lines. Well, just couldn't keep the ball. This is looking threatening. Willock. Wilson. Well, the attack carried promise, but petered out. James Rodriguez. Well, there might well be scope for them to counter-attack here. King. Well, let's see about the cross. Well, no pressure on the keeper. Poor cross. Read it magnificently and intercepted. Not a particularly strong challenge. Now they've lost it. Rodriguez. And it crossed the touchline, so a throw in here. Raul Albiol.
Well, Derek, there's nothing between these two teams in terms of possession. Can someone take control of this game? Take a few more risks? Hopefully we'll see a goal soon.
And it's a quality pass. And he's in an offside position. Well, nicely cut out. Now what can they do with the ball? Joshua King. It's with Jonathan Rodriguez. Well, attacking possibilities. Good vision. Can he get onto this? And the flag has gone up here. Offside the decision. Fraser. Fabian Schär. The ball with Luka Modric. He's got space. Ball's gone. Mason Greenwood. Coleman. Is it going to end up being productive for them? James Rodriguez, ready. Couldn't grab hold of it. Well, they can bring it out now. Not a great pass. And if you're wondering about added time, 2 minutes it'll be. Rodriguez. He's got the right idea with that pass. Well, there is a very alert goalkeeper for you. So we're at half-time here, and neither side with the advantage. Lee, interested in your take on Newcastle United.
Well, Derek, who would have thought with the league's top scorers it would be 0-0 at half-time? Not me, that's for sure. I think it's going to be a goal fest in the second half, though. Let's hope so, Del Boy.
And the match begins. And now waiting to pounce. Oh, marvellous. And this time, it's in. Well, the offside flag has been raised. No. So the game has been restarted. The second half is underway.
Well, we have to have a better second half. That first half was pretty dull, wasn't it? Both sets of players need to shake themselves out of this malaise that they're in at the moment. I'm sure the managers have had a word at half-time.
Well, they've won the ball back quickly. It might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. Defenders need to cover. Well, he's allowed his opponent to get past him. Teammate in support. Blocked by Raúl Albiol. I can tell you, a goal has been scored at Old Trafford. Who has scored that goal? Alan McInally.
It's a second goal for Manchester United. 50 minutes played.
Will he finish? High echelon goalkeeping there.
Well, the fans haven't had much to cheer about, have they? But a goal here would be huge.
And with play stopped, they will make the change now. So the corner played into the box. Relatively straightforward to mop up defensively. Save. Fraser. Using his strength to hold on to the ball and wait for teammates to arrive. Alan. Rodriguez. Coleman. Willock. Splendid tackle and a throw-in coming up.
Coming off the pitch.
Well, they've decided to make a change.
Coming onto the pitch, number 3, Fauzi Gulam.
Callum Wilson. Well, the attack carried an initial threat, but fizzled out. Gulam. Luis Sinisterra. Well, the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. And 30 minutes left for play in this match. Top-class defending. And we have more live Premier League action coming up for you soon on EA TV. It's Everton facing Arsenal.
Yeah, game after game, the season is relentless, but players just love to play. Give them a game any day of the week. That should be a belter.
Luis Sinisterra. Goulam. Sinisterra. He's in behind. Oh, it was a crucial challenge. Now can they counter clinically? Well, they did have the ball, but not anymore. Goulam. Godfrey. Well, it's come down to the final 20 minutes here. The pass from James Rodriguez, not quite accurate enough. And let's get an update from Molineux because there's been a goal there. Alan McInally with the details.
It's a second goal for Wolverhampton Wanderers. 72 minutes played, 2-1.
Alan McInally keeping us right up to date. Joe Willock. What can he do from here? Can they forge ahead? What an important piece of defending. Delph. James Rodriguez. Mason Greenwood. Well, not quite what he wanted to do with the pass. Callum Wilson. It might be on for them. And a fine tackle. Now they're going to alter things. Here's the substitution. Modric. Has a go! Oh, good work by the keeper. Played over by Fraser here. Clattered away. Coleman. It's with Mina. James Rodriguez. And that will be the keeper's ball. Getting news of a goal in the Arsenal match. Alan McInally.
It's a second goal for Arsenal. 5 minutes remain. 2-1.
Alan McInally with his finger on the pulse. Oh, they've lost it. Can they do something positive on the counter-attack? All hands on deck. The delivery. Fabian Delph. It has to be. This is why we adore this game. Late drama, and now they're in front.
Well, it looks like the game is over, but no, there's another chance. And there it is, back of the net. It looks like the winner. Well, as we see again, Derek, it's quite simple. Keep the ball, don't give it away. It's a terrible clearance, and after that, they're under pressure and they never recover. Bad goal to give away.
And the substitution will occur now. So the match has restarted, 1-0 here.
Well, they haven't been at their best today, that's for sure, but this game is far from over, and the fans are certainly reminding them of that. You've got to think there'll be one more chance or two.
There will be 3 minutes added on at the end. Well, still time for them to level it. Might be a chance here. Just cleared away in the nick of time. Well, a corner it is, and they know they've got to be opportunistic at this stage of the game. And firing it into the area. And he clears the danger. So the final whistle, and no cause for celebration in the Magpies camp. Lee, what did you make of how it went?
Well, fine margins between winners and losers. A tight game today. Their normal potent strikers were strangely quiet, mainly due to some resolute defending. 1-0, they can't complain really.
And the match begins. And now waiting to pounce. Oh, marvellous. And this time, it's in. Well, the offside flag has been raised. Will he finish? High echelon goalkeeping there.
Well, the fans haven't had much to cheer about, have they? But a goal hit.
Has a go. Oh, good work by the keeper. The delivery. Maybe in doubt. It has to be. This is why we adore this game. Late drama, and now they're in front.
Well, it looks like they get...
We'd like to ask you some questions about the match. Thank you, that'll be all.
And welcome to a venue that began its existence as a cricket ground back in 1855. Football's been played here since 1862, Bramall Lane in Sheffield. I'm Derek Ray, joined here in the commentary box as always by Lee Dixon, and very much looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League. It's Sheffield United up against Newcastle United.
Thanks, Derek. I'm sure both coaches will want their players to start with a real zip in their play, really show the opposition what they're in for. That could lead to fireworks. Let's hope so.
Well, here's how the lineup looks for Sheffield United. The wing-backs are going to be crucial in this setup. You've played in that position, Lee.
Yeah, I didn't really like it, and we always thought when we were playing against five at the back with the wing-backs exposed like this in this formation, that a 4-4-2 can really create a 2v1 down the side, so keep your eye out for that. And the three narrow midfield players supply the support for the two forwards up front.
So the starting 11 for Newcastle United. This particular setup is becoming more and more in favour.
Yes, Derek, one central striker, two wingers who will provide the width, a very narrow three in midfield, a back four, the two full-backs will be expected to support, but also defend and help out the centre-backs.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
And the match is underway. Nketiah. Fleck. Now he must favour the cross. Jack O'Connell. John Fleck. And the referee has awarded a corner following that touch. A look at the table then, and for Tottenham, I think you can make a coherent case that they haven't really been playing up to par.
Well, as we get towards the pointed end of the season, they're not up there, they're not in a Champions League spot, and that is really disastrous for a club like this. They really need to improve on the pitch, the coach needs to sort it out, the players need to be accountable, that's for sure.
It hasn't come to very much. Berge. Oh, a fine block. Well, you never quite know who's going to emerge from the shadows and become a match winner, but this man might be a decent shout. Lee, what are you expecting from him?
Well, when you're playing against a player, sometimes you're trying to look at what his qualities are. Is he a good hold-up player? Is he quick? Is he this? Is he that? But when somebody tells you he's a finisher, you know you're in big trouble.
Opportunity to deliver the cross, but defensive efficiency there. Corner kick played in, punching it clear. Can he finish? It's fair to say that is a moment he would love to have back, Lee.
Well, I would have gone for power, but he went to place it in the corner. Not very good at all.
Well, let's bring you an update now from Selhurst Park, where there's been a goal. Alan McAnally.
It's a goal for Manchester City. It's been scored by Raheem Sterling. The cross came over, was missed by the defence, and he ghosted it at the far post to volley home. 11 minutes played, 1-0.
Thank you, Alan McAnally. On a pass that lacks quality. Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. This looks threatening. He just needs to keep a cool head. And a goal to give them the lead. They have their reward.
Well, let's see the replay and look at the pace at which the counter-attack happens. And once he gets himself settled with the keeper to beat, he hammers it into the back of the net. Smashing goal. Well, just look at the reactions on the touchline. They just need to keep their composure now. This is far from over.
The opening goal of the game then.
Newcastle United goal. Number 13, Callum Wilson.
Fran Beltran. Callum Wilson. Well, the attack looks promising. Modric! In it goes! 2 goals in rapid-fire fashion and looking very comfortable here.
Well, here it is again, and I wonder how he waltzes past the defender so easily and then through on goal. Do you go for placement or do you go for power? Well, he certainly wasn't messing around, was he? Absolutely smashes it past the keeper. It's a really lovely finish. Well, his players have followed his every command and some. The coach must be delighted.
Well, a second goal for them here.
Newcastle United goal. Number 33, Luka Modric.
Callum Wilson. Modric. Wilson with it. Wilson. Emil Kraft. Callum Wilson. No-nonsense clearance. Getting news of a goal in the Spurs match. Alan McInally.
It's a goal for Tottenham Hotspur. 26 minutes played, 1-1.
Alan McInally keeping us right up to date. Nketiah. Fran Beltran. Well, possibilities in the centre. Good tackle taken away.
Newcastle have hardly had the ball, but to their credit, they've been apt.
A real opening now. Must score. He had just the goalkeeper to beat. He's got it completely wrongly.
Well, he won't be watching that when he gets home tonight on a replay.
Can they trouble the opposition this time? There it is! The goals keep coming. No stopping them today.
We can take another look here. I'm sure the keeper is frustrated with the defending. Just afforded too much time in the box, and he's never going to miss that.
A chance to revisit the goal.
Well, no wonder he's delighted. They've been bossing this game up to now.
Well, this is threatening to get out of hand. Just look at the scoreline. Stefan Baoken. And a throw-in it's going to be. Zaldua. Willock. Wilson with it. Well, no way through. So a throw in here. And news coming through from one of the other matches. It's a penalty award, Alan McInally.
It's a penalty for Tottenham Hotspur. A slight delay as the ref clears the defenders. Can he score? Here he comes. Oh, straight down the middle. Beautiful, beautiful penalty. 39 minutes played. 2-1.
Thanks very much as always, Alan. Credit to them for winning back possession. Nketiah. The cross is on. Simple for the keeper. Bogle. Well, they've given him too much space. And the cross into the middle. Just the clearance that was called for. Well, the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. Oh, a lovely ball. And it all counts for naught. Well, the managers will now deliver their half-time team talks. We're at the end of 45 minutes in this game. Well, quite simply, he hasn't been able to make his mark in attack in this game, Lee.
Yeah, definitely, Derek. He's been below par today, not tested the keeper enough. The team do rely on him as well, and he's not done it today. That's why they're down in this game. Simple.
And the match is underway. Punching it clear. It's fair to say that is a moment he would love to have back, Lee.
Well, I would have gone for power, but he went to place it in the corner. Not very...
This looks threatening. And a goal to give them the lead. They have their reward. Well, the attack looks promising. Modric! In it goes! 2 goals in rapid-fire fashion and looking very comfortable here. A real opening now. Must score. He had just the goalkeeper to beat. He's got it completely wrongly.
Well, he won't be watching that when he gets home tonight on a replay.
Can they trouble the opposition this time? There it is! The goals keep coming. No stopping them today. And so the second half is underway. They took quite the thrashing in that first 45. Can they turn things around now? Joe Willock deserves credit for winning the ball back. Stefan Baoken. And now Rodrigo. Callum Wilson. Zaldua. Well, that's a well-timed pass. Not what he was intending. Bad pass. Callum Wilson. Well, getting the ball forward. Can he do it? And he thwarted the attack with a masterful tackle. John Fleck. Berge. Excellent vision. Fruitful looking attack. A fine block. And that came off the defender, so it'll be a corner. Both managers deciding this is the time to change things around. Both teams going to the bench. And firing it into the area. Not to be this time. This could be dangerous. Bednarek. Good looking sequence. An utterly disappointing cross. Goal kick. Don't forget we have more live action from the Premier League coming up here on EA TV. It's Newcastle United taking on Chelsea.
Yeah, it's very easy to build a case for those two teams to make that game a real cracker. You should be tuning in for that one.
Well, this is the home of live football, EA TV, and we have more action coming up from the Premier League for you. It's Sheffield United facing... Well, the keeper making sure that was pushed well away from danger. Corner awarded. And in by Luka Modric. It had an invitation attached, but he couldn't avail himself of the opportunity.
Well, just look at him. He thinks it's in, just wide.
So 2 substitutes to come on in one go. Fran Beltran. Over the touchline for a throw-in. Norwood. Now he must favour the cross. Nicely cut out. No-nonsense clearance. Bodies forward and the break looks on. Can they take advantage of the situation? Well, that break looked so promising, but nothing coming from it. Egan. Well, not the pass he had in mind. Hendrick. And so it will be a corner. Over it comes. Able to deal with the threat. Element of risk there, but he's won the ball. David McGoldrick. Stevens. Bednarik. And a throw-in forthcoming. Fabian Schär. Callum Wilson. Fran Beltran. Now McGoldrick. Is it going to be? And putting his body on the line. And there's the feed into the box. Not away completely. And they can't quite take advantage in the end. A change to the scoreline at Selhurst Park. A goal there. Alan will tell us all.
It's a third goal for Manchester City. 76 minutes played. 3-0.
Thanks very much as always, Alan. Really good reading of the game to win possession back. Hendrick. In it goes! Such a complete performance. 4 in front now.
Well, here's the replay, and that passing and movement is pure quality. And then through on goal. Do you go for placement or do you go for power? Well, he certainly wasn't messing around, was he? Absolutely smashes it past the keeper. It's a really lovely finish.
Well, if there were any lingering doubts about the outcome, surely they now have been removed. 10 minutes left for play in this match. And the quality of pass needs to be a bit better. Getting news of a goal in the Spurs match. Alan McInally.
It's a third goal for Tottenham Hotspur. It's been scored by Heung-min Son. He received the ball on the edge of the box and fired home a low-drilled shot that the keeper couldn't get to. 7 minutes remain. 3-1.
Many thanks, Alan. And it's a double for him in this game. No way for the opposition to contain him. And no wonder he's off celebrating.
Well, here's the replay. He didn't panic, did he? Decent strike, good technique, bread and butter strike, really, but it's in the back of the net.
A chance to revisit the goal.
Well, enjoy the good days as a coach. It can be a roller coaster ride, I can tell you that.
Oh, my goodness, it's so one-sided. 5-0 in this match.
Number 13, Callum Wilson.
Inside the final 5 minutes now. Well read to win possession back. Fran Beltran. Useful looking position, you've got to say. Well, showing good defensive judgment. Superbly read and executed. Fran Beltran. Well, this is far from over. We're going to have 5 minutes of stoppage time. Teammate and support. And a very good challenge. It might be on for them.
Well, Derek, they're not happy. Ref is taking the brunt of this.
Can they keep it out? Danger averted for now. Ryan Fraser. Modric. And there goes the final whistle. It is a happy story as far as Newcastle are concerned. 3 points for them, Lee.
Well, it was a very assured performance, wasn't it? Particularly impressive up front. Their forwards really hit form today. The result was never much in doubt, if I'm honest.
Well, I think it's accurate to say, Lee, that this man was the light bringer for his side.
Well, clearly the difference between the two sides today. 2 goals, a really good performance, ran into the channel, did everything right. Absolutely, 9 out of 10.
Punching it clear. It's fair to say that is a moment he would love to have back, Lee.
Well, I would have gone for power, but he went to place it in the corner. Not very...
This looks threatening. And a goal to give them the lead. They have their reward. Now the attack looks promising. Modric! And looking very comfortable here. A real opening now. Must score. He had just the goalkeeper to beat. He's got it completely wrongly.
Well, he won't be watching that when he gets home tonight on a replay.
Can they trouble the opposition this time? There it is! The goals keep coming. No stopping them today. Keeper making sure that was pushed well away from danger. Corner awarded. It had an invitation attached, but he couldn't avail himself of the opportunity.
Well, just look at him. He thinks it's in.
Hendrick. In it goes! Such a complete performance. 4 in front now. And it's a double for him in this game. No way for the opposition to contain him. And no wonder he's off celebrating.
Just a couple of questions for you. That'll be all, thank you.